trusting this message will find who needs to hear it. But if this message is not for you, go ahead and check in with yourself. Feel free to scroll away. If you'd like to hear what the cards have to say today, please stick around. Before recording, there is a sign here for somebody who, just to confirm that this is for you, California kept coming through. So maybe you're planning a trip to California, maybe you're from there, you live there, thinking about going there, something along those lines. But I've been hearing California a lot lately. And then when I got into my car this morning, Hotel California was playing. And one of the things that came out, like from the lyrics, there's a part where it says, some dance to remember, others dance to forget, or something like that. And I got hit with this message of, are you living to remember or are you living to forget? And I was like, oof, okay, message. So if that resonates, this is probably for you. You have, travel. What did I say? Maybe you're planning travel. Maybe you're wanting to travel more. That's something that you're desiring and you're wondering when it's going to happen. I do feel like right now, and it's funny because I'm using my Tinseltown deck, which is all Hollywood themed. With the Hermit card, it's like you've been feeling very isolated, kind of feeling like the world is passing you by. So again, are you living to remember or are you living to forget? When we're in survival mode, it's like we're just trying to get through the day, trying to get through the week, trying to get through this next challenge, not really staying present in the moment or trying to find ways to ground ourselves in gratitude. I'm doing this before a very stressful work day. So, I've been trying to take my own advice in that way of like not complaining as much, being really present in the moment, knowing that the job that I'm in right now is training grounds for what it is I want to accomplish in my life. There's a lot of skills, a lot of things that I'm learning here, and a lot about how I can do multiple things. Like, yes, I can be a productive corporate employee. I can also be a spiritual guide. I can also be a healer. I can also be a tarot reader, you know what I mean? And a mom. So there's something here about like accepting where you're at right now, knowing it's sure to change, but living more in the moment, not trying to just rush through every single lesson, every single experience, trying to get to the next stage. Live to remember, not to forget. Trying to find, pockets of joy in your day. Things that you can be grateful for. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, things are turning in your favor. Things are going to turn in your favor. I feel like you're being faced with, again, these like devil energies, these difficult decisions, feeling like you're at a crossroads, feeling like you're not in your fullest power, wondering when you're going to be able to take the director seat in your own life, make the calls, make the changes that you want to see. Again, I'm going to tell you every time, it's going to start from within. You have to embody the energy in order to call in what it is that you want in your life. Embodying the energy means finding gratitude, finding the lessons, finding the love that is around you, even in times of difficulty. And that's not to say, supersede or don't listen to your emotions or don't feel negative emotions. You're going to have negative emotions, but not letting them spiral, not putting a spotlight on them, not looking at your negative emotions and having those be the main narrative of your day, of your life, of your story. Looking at those negative emotions, sitting with them, acknowledging them, feeling them, and then changing your perception and your perspective on what is working out and how you can take those negative energies and actually use them as support and guides to get you where you want to go. When you're feeling overwhelmed or you're feeling not comfortable in your space, what does that mean? It means it's time for you to go somewhere else. And that doesn't mean pack your bags and get out right now, but it does mean start thinking about what that life looks like for you and know that it's achievable. Know that you can get there. If you don't like where you're at, know that it can change. But sitting and sulking and complaining, again, taking my own advice, complaining is not going to get you there any faster. Okay, so through this experience, you're putting up your defenses, you're using your discernment, you're cutting through lies and trickery and seeking truth, looking for the truth in every situation. Okay, and by tapping into your truth, tapping into the truth of what am I here for, really? Outside of just your human experience, looking at it from a soul's perspective of, if you have this big goal of where you want to go and where you're at right now is not lined up to that, How is where you're at right now supporting you getting there? Is it pushing you to your limits so that you can take action? Is it making you so uncomfortable so that you decide to change your habits or behaviors, start looking for a new job, start hanging out with new people? Like, what is it pushing you towards? Okay, all of our challenges are pushing us into something. More understanding for ourselves, more understanding for, again, our story, more understanding for what actions we have the power to take over our lives. Yeah, you're going to receive your rewards, okay? The divine is going to support you in receiving everything that you deserve. But it's up to you to take the choice. You have the invitation here. You have the options to start planning, to start putting the wheels in motion towards your dream life. And sometimes it can start with simply sitting and thinking about, what does that look like? What is your dream job? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world? What people do you want around you when you accomplish these things, right? Like, start somewhere and then start taking those actionable steps, or watch how, like, once you start thinking and being so firm in what it is you want and what it is you deserve, just watch how your path suddenly clears, or things start getting introduced to you. You suddenly make connections with people who are going to support that vision of your life. You suddenly get introduced to, courses, certifications, job opportunities that are there to, again, be training grounds for your long-term goals. Everything is leading you closer to your desires. You just have to try to look at it that way. Okay, closed. Choices. Again, choices leading you closer to love, leading you closer to total love and fulfillment, connection, deepening your relationships with yourself and others around you, deepening relation to your purpose. Yeah, your purpose, what makes you you, how you can create. And creation literally can come in any form. You can be an artist, you can be, yes, a content creator, you can be a speaker, a book writer, you can be literally anything. You can even just be a creator for a healthy family. Like, if you come from a toxic family and you are simply parenting differently, that's creation. You have, fur babies that you care about animals, like, that's still creating. You are always creating, and you're always co-creating with the universe, okay? The universe is always on your side with whatever it is that you're focusing your attention and your energy towards. So just be mindful of what that energy is going towards. Okay, last card, please. Do that too. We got King of Wands again, and then the Four of Cups. Yeah, it's like, by you tapping into your power, what makes you you, how you can create from a passionate place, that's going to present you options. You're going to have multiple choices to choose from, and you're going to get to have that choice. You're going to get to see outside of the difficulties, outside of the challenges you've been through, because suddenly you're being awakened to a whole new world with all new possibilities that are due to how you handled yourself in the thick of it. So I'm sending you so much love. Wish me luck on my day today, and I will see you soon.